Hello guys, this is Jerry speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM episode 576. The second part of hashtag on the road to 600 episode. And today we reacting to the first 3 episodes of Tee-Riffic Talks Podcast. Now, I haven't seen this before, and we're gonna react to this anyway. The first 3 I'm gonna react to is the first one. First episode is about of Jason Pleasant, aka Mike Jesse Mack, which I've reacted to, by the way. The Day of the Park is the best attraction ever, said by I haven't seen him before, which is great to react to some other time, which is Dan somebody and Brian Smith, which I haven't seen him before, but I'll get to react to his videos some other time. But right now, let's react to these 3 Tee-Riffic Talks videos. Begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And I'm so glad you're here. And just so you know, this is the first episode ever.
Okay.
And it really means something to me because everyone I grew up with knows and loves Barney, and I want to
especially me
into the way how people feel about Barney. And I'm so happy to have my very special guest and my good friend Jason. Jason, how are you?
Wow.
I'm doing great. I'm doing very great.
Wow.
It's amazing that you're here. We've known each other for how many years now?
I can't even count how long it's been. I think it was maybe 2014.
Man.
Wow. When I react to his content in 2020, I first met him in 2019. It was great enough to see him. But in my reaction video standards to his content, maybe it was a grade 6 example right there. Continue on.
That was
maybe 2014 or maybe 2016.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah, one of the worst years of my life. I hated 2016. One of the devilish years of my life. Yeah, 2014. That one of the good years of one of the devilish years of my life. Period. I hated some of the parts of 2014 because of my difficulties with my brain. I thought it'd be a good idea to the difficult times of 2014 period. In 2016, go to hell. For all I care. Continue on.
It's been a long road, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a long road.
And we've done live streams together with Barney and you together.
Mm-hmm. I remember that quite well.
Yeah.
Speaking of Barney, he's right next to me. I'm not kidding.
Ain't no surprise on that. Ain't no surprise on.
Oh, and speaking of Barney, yes. If that'll be okay with you, Bon, when you pronounce it, I may have to react to your Barney videos on LJPCBM some other time. That's just me. Continue on.
Ain't no surprise on that one.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just want to ask, how did you find out Barney? How did you get into him?
Well, first off, I think it was in the year of 1998.
Okay, I was hooked in the 90s, so I was a huge fan of Barney since 1995. Of December, so. Barney was in New York City is when I first discovered Barney, so, yeah. It's back to you, Jason. Continue on.
It was in the year of 1998 when my parents brought me my very first Barney in the back game video was Barney in concert.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I never realized that. And it was 91. And speaking of 91, it will turn 30 years in 91 in this year. Speaking of that, my premiere event, Innuendo Furry will be turning Innuendo in Queens, Innuendo will be turning furry next month. And for those of you wondering, yes, I'm doing a premiere event of Innuendo #Innuendo Furry coming your way on October on February 4th, which is the same day as Queen's new Innuendo album, which will be out. The celebrated 30th anniversary of Innuendo album. So they tape. I thought I can't. I'm going slightly mad, and these are the days alive before Frey died. Maids. So and HIV described he was HIV positive. So it was such a tragic feeling, and how much the Barney concert was around the same year as that, especially the Wiggles. So yeah, continue on.
This happens to be the debut of David Joyner. Because
Wow, yeah.
I got hooked on Barney, and I got hooked on Barney ever since.
Yeah, and it was also the first appearance of Baby Bop.
Wow.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I actually have that video. It was like my first, probably like my first video of Barney.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I think next to that, a second backyard game video was Barney goes to school.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen it until the early 2000s because that was a great childhood of mine. I haven't seen backyard game videos. I did react to your Barney goes to school video, but not. And then the Barney concert, especially waiting for Santa. But never in my life seen backyard show until 2001. I did see I never seen Three Wishes nor A Day on the Beach full bits and pieces until I first met you guys in 2008 or 2009. That's when I first discovered these two videos on YouTube. Period. The end. That's why I discovered that. I did see bits and pieces of just the previews. That was it. And that's just me. And once I get started these two, then I figured after I dig done with that and the two Barney go campfire, that's why I discovered watching that backyard game video in my grandma's house. And as for Rock with Barney, I love that Barney backyard game video. It was the best one ever made. So the second one, the David Jordan video, but who cares? Continue on.
That was pretty much a classic to me. But I haven't gotten into watching Barney and Friends until the first season when we moved to Bay Tree Court.
Oh.
I have never. Oh yeah, Bay Tree Court. Okay, I wanted to. I've been to scene. Second and first season are much better than the first one. When I first watched it, but never in my life seen first season until now because I've seen bits and pieces of the first season because I go that, and it's so hilarious. But that's just me. Continue on.
California.
Oh, okay.
Oh, California? Okay, let's just go ahead and continue on.
No, not Bay Tree Court. That was my first location. It was Silver Fox Circle.
Okay.
Same state, but different address.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine.
It's amazing, how Oh, did you ever see Barney live?
My parents said. Actually, my mom told me one time that I did manage to see Barney one time when I was a baby.
Oh,
baby.
Yeah, I never seen. Yeah, yeah. It was there that I went to see Barney in 2011, and there's a live concert. Then I went to it was the 2010s when I went to do a day at the park with Barney in late 2010. So it was twice for me. Continue on.
I didn't know that he would be so big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really tall. I've seen Barney in person. He is huge.
Yeah.
The second time that I saw Barney in live, it was at Universal Studios Florida.
Okay.
Wow.
Universal Studios Florida. I'd say like in 2005.
Okay.
Okay, that was in my first. That was your first time. Okay, oh yeah, I would never been there before, but my first time was 2019. Was see Barney, in person live, but I never seen him until 2011. That was a major experience with Barney since then. It was a great experience. Continue on.
5. I think it was like 13 at that time.
And
Yeah.
that's
Like even hold on, I think I have some pictures of this is the first time that I've seen Barney and I think it was Six Flags or something like that.
Six Flags, really?
Yeah, maybe it was
Mhm.
like that, but I think it was at Marine World. I have like four pictures right here.
Okay.
Like four pictures right here.
Ah,
Oh, Six Flags.
that must be like David or Carrie inside that suit.
Maybe I couldn't tell which.
I recognize that suit anywhere.
I think it was during '94 or something. Out for season 3.
That could be.
Mhm.
You know, I actually like saw Barney like in like 2016. Like he came to my city, and he when he came out of that curtain, I was so happy.
Mhm.
Wow. Wait. What'd you say? When?
I went.
Where was it located?
This is like was located at in my downtown my city in like Calgary, Alberta, and it's at the BMO Center, which I actually saw like many characters, like I mostly like came to see Barney, and people don't know this, but I actually brought my '92 doll.
Wow, didn't know that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, oh my goodness. Wait, wasn't this for Barney's Big Surprise or something like that?
No. It was like it was like Barney appeared like a mini like a sing along.
Wow.
A mini show. Okay.
Mhm.
I got it. I
And
got it.
like kids just love him so much.
Well,
I was going through the crowd when like Barney was leaving. They were just saying, "Mommy, I saw Barney."
wow.
That's kids for you.
Oh, and like speaking of Barney, like you actually like started like a Barney play along group.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It was like a child-friendly parody of the actual show.
Right.
Mhm.
How did you come up with that?
I first started off using an audio recorder for recording my voice for this children's show called The Upside Down Show, starring the Umbilical Brothers.
Oh,
And I thought,
Yeah, which I react to the reboots the series, by the way, with bits and pieces of the series. I'm like, okay, very hilarious. How this show came out to be. Continue on.
and then in 2013, I thought about no in 2012 I started doing video recordings on my own phone to Barney's Big Surprise, Barney in concert, and then next year after that in 2013 I did a full video recording of a full Barney in the Backyard game video. Barney goes to school, which happens to be the very first video that I've ever uploaded.
Which, by the way, I react to it on LJPCBM React, by the way. It was on episode 5, 3, 4, and 39. Excuse me. Continue on.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it was and believe it or not, it was the first play along video that got over like 1 million views.
Wow.
Wow.
Views. That's amazing.
It got over like a it got over like 1,000 views in 1 week.
1 week. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like when I started Bolton 2000. I was like, I got it like to like 1,000 as well. Like within that same week, it uploaded. Time really has changed like since like we started like YouTube.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, we have to talk about these live streams that we do together.
Fire away. Fire away.
What's your favorite memory of me as like Barney?
Favorite memory? Oh my goodness, I have so many recordings of those times we did live streams together. I couldn't even think of one. Maybe it was either the split that I did, or maybe it's the songs that we do together.
Yeah, I remember one of our live streams. Like, I actually got my guitar and I was like pretending to do that song. Let's sing a little song.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that quite well.
Mm-hmm. It was like amazing. Like it was like really hard like to like because like it got really hot when I was like doing that song.
That is one thing I like about you, dude. You actually bring the magic of Barney to life. Every day, no questions asked. You just bring it to life. Just like the actors on TV.
Thank you very much. I really want like to everyone like to feel like Barney is here. The way how these kids like, I haven't probably not told you this story, but one time I was like Barney for Halloween, like with the suit, and then when like trick or treaters come to the door, you should see their faces. Sometimes I can hear through like the neighborhood. You can hear, "Mommy, it's Barney."
Dude, if you have a cameraman, or a camerawoman, you have got to get that on film. Actually, I and along with other ones of your fans would love to see those. Definitely.
Yeah. Giving like kids high fives, giving candy. I was this close to like just saying, "Remember to brush your teeth." Oh, I'm brushing my teeth on top.
Oh yeah, that is a good song.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good song, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and let's talk about like those audios like we did like back in like 2016. Remember Barney's Tech Fest Jam?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's gonna be coming soon to LJPCBM if it's happening. If it's up to Bonham, however you pronounce it. Continue on.
Still thinking of doing some future audios with you and the rest of the guys. I just don't know how I would put some improvisation in there.
Right.
Just gotta put some improvisation. That's the hard thing. The hard thing. Jesus.
Right.
That's the hard thing about making up some audio. You just gotta think of what lines to say.
Yeah.
And we done like some Roblox games together.
Yeah, especially Flee the Facility.
Which I'll have to get a chance to react to some Roblox videos some other time, but I never play Roblox, but that's just me. Continue on.
We actually did like a Barney live show together. Barney live party hits.
Yeah, I remember that too.
You were there.
That was a blast, definitely. Mm-hmm. That was a blast.
Which
I would love to do those again.
Yeah.
I would love to do those again. But this time I would be Barney's co-host.
Okay.
You see, that was the hint I was dropping.
Wow.
That was exactly the hint I was dropping when we were doing those live shows on Roblox.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell you that I wanted to be Barney's co-host and get the kids pumped up even more. The audience give the audience an actual energized feel when it comes to a live Barney show.
And we can probably do that because now Roblox, like, we're doing rigs now. Barney can actually hug you on Roblox.
Wow.
Really? That's awesome. I'll have to check that out someday.
All you have to do is touch his stomach, click on it, and then he hugs you.
Oh yeah.
My childhood.
That song. What does that song mean to you?
Personally, it goes on with what I say on at the end of almost every Barney play-along video that I've ever released. Love is always the answer.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation may be, love can conquer anything.
Yeah. And you sound gospel for the different ways. I'm like freaking out when it comes to these to react episodes with these gospels. And to be fair, I'm more of a heavy metal person myself, but that's just me. Continue on.
Yeah, that's right. I have amazing stories about how much kids were bullied in school because they liked Barney.
Mm.
And
It's tragic.
some people ask me, it's
Mm-hmm.
why do you like Barney? And it's saying, how can you not?
Mm-hmm.
The message that Barney gives is just amazing.
Yeah.
He brings a positive impact to children everywhere, even children at heart like us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And have you seen my live YouTube videos as Barney?
I have seen them before.
Yeah, bits and pieces of that.
Here's a funny thing. One time, nobody knows this. No, I mostly never told anybody about this, but one of my live streams on Facebook, I was doing a Barney live audio. It's an audio. It was called Barney Let's Dance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was doing it live, when I was in the theme song, and it was I did a 360, but it was with the old costume. You probably remember.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
And here's the funny part. It did a 360 in the air. You know what happened?
What happened?
It came off.
Ooh.
It came off. Oh my god.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
My face was in shock.
Wow.
I have to find a video of that so I can show that to you.
Please don't expose it. Please don't expose it. You already been through that. Mess enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After that, I always
don't want to go through with that again.
After that, I always made sure the head was always on.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I haven't done this before, but I'll have to react to the live stream videos some other time, but we'll see. Continue on.
So that's when you held the head so tightly.
That was the beginning when I started with the suit. But like it was like in between, like when I was like getting used to like not holding the head. It was mostly like if I want to like to do like a bell kick,
Wow.
I mostly have to put my head in the chin so that way it
Fly off.
doesn't yeah fall off.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, like since like the new suit, it's like it's connected, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Thank God.
I gotta say that the suit is pretty snazzy.
Yeah.
I would love to try going for a party suit, but I think I'm too short.
How tall are you?
I'd say I don't even know how tall I am. It's probably just a guess, but I think I'm 6'5" or 7 feet high.
Oh wow, then you're definitely like you can actually be in Barney. You're that tall. Because like I'm 5'10", and I'm pretty sure that's how
Oh.
tall David Joyner is.
Maybe I could maybe I could be go maybe I could be going off as BJ or something like that.
Maybe
Yeah.
I think it was the Jenna Dempsey era that BJ came in costume for, long before Jeff Brooks.
Oh yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff Brooks. Yeah.
Oh, what is your favorite season of Barney?
That is a tough question. Don't know for sure. I'd say um, it's a three-way. It's a three-way tie between the first three seasons because those were the seasons that I first grew up watching.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been catching up a lot on seasons 4 through 6 because somehow when the third generation of Barney and Friends came on, I stopped watching it. But then
Yeah. I respect your opinion on the third and the fourth generations, Jason, because for me, I've seen enough of Barney and Friends vlogs, because I reacted to Carrie's Purple Roads podcast, and that's why I have to react to those reacts, and bam, I was a huge fan of Barney, so there you go. Continue on.
a certain episode called Little Red Rocking Hood got me back into the Barney phase.
Yeah, it was good enough for me. It was good, so that way I can focus on for you to get back in the hood to say, why not Little Red Rocking Hood? Yeah! Continue on.
I gotta say that is my favorite episode from the third generation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the fourth generation.
Fourth generation.
Fourth generation has Riff in it.
Fourth generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fourth generation. It's along with singing. That is another one of my favorites.
Mm.
And I gotta ask, like we were talking about like a day in the park with Barney like a while ago. How do you feel like it just turned 25?
It feels amazing to know that the attraction is still holding its ground to this very day.
Mm-hmm.
I would be shocked if it shut down.
And I'll be shocked as well, because I was a huge fan of Barney since the mid-90s, and in 95, I started watching Barney Live in New York City, and that's why I began watching Barney. And over the years, I branched out of Barney to mainly focus on LJPCBM, so that way I can be able to focus on not LJPCBM, but 2 Disney phase, so I can focus on LJPCBM, and then years later, I focus on LJPCBM. The early days of my company. But then 2008 or 2009 came, and that's why I came back to do Barney again. And that's why I started to watch it ever since. So, there you go. Continue on.
And that show was like 25, and I've seen like videos like kids like they're watching this show, they love it.
Yeah.
How can you not like what
If
that
I were to go, if I were to go back to a day in the park with Barney, I would bring this stuff, see the guy, and probably make a play along video intro for it. That was my ultimate goal on that one. That was
And speaking of play-alongs, oh yeah, that's something I could do for LGBM coming soon. I might not. If it's up to Jason, but we'll see what happens. Right now, I don't know, but we'll see. And as far as Barney bag is concerned, oh my god, yeah. Yeah. Is he holding that Barney bag? Yeah. I'll think about doing that, but also rock music. And even concerts. Continue on.
my ultimate goal as a Barney fan.
Yeah, same here.
One of my goals
Sadly,
is one of my big goals is like to hug Barney.
Yeah, same here.
But this is close. Or
Yeah. Or let me get my Barney thing. This is close. But anyway, continue on.
it's definitely close.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I have to ask, the Barney movie that's coming out.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
Oh man, I am really pumped about that one. I'm really excited how this new movie is gonna turn out.
So happy.
I'm really excited to see the magic of Barney come back to life.
Exactly.
I read through like articles when the movie came out. Everyone's like really like scared about like it's gonna be like a horror movie. But after I read the article, it's actually saying like it's gonna be like it's gonna be deep into the character. Not like it's gonna be like deep like
Demonic?
No, not demonic.
Not demonic.
No, not demonic. It's like have you seen Christopher Robin?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I think bits and pieces with Bob. If you watch this remix, continue on.
something like that.
Wow.
It's like saying like you were with Barney, then you outgrew it, and then try to bring him back in some sort of way.
Wow.
Oh man. You know what? It would be cool if us Barney fans were actually in that movie.
Same here.
Share what it's like. Share what Barney has impacted your life as a child, and how you're still able to manage yourself as a fan today.
Yeah, like me.
Mattel, if you're listening to this, you should have this idea.
Still.
Oh, and there's like other attractions that people don't know about. It's like Mattel Playtown.
What's that?
It's like an attraction like with like all the hit entertainment characters.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I think you're talking about the Little Big Club, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Ah.
But it's like an attraction that has like rides. You can actually like a Barney set that looks like the park. It's amazing. You can also see a Barney live show.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool. That definitely.
So for your like any of your upcoming Barney play-alongs, is there anything you wanted to share?
Well, the play-along gang and I have been talking about it and doing a play-along video version of the season 1 episode. Oh, what a day!
Which I never have a chance to react to, but which I'll get to that some other time. Continue on.
I have been reviewing that video for who knows how long, and I saw one of my Playlon gang members named Isaac Smith. I think he did a Playlon video to that one. I think he did a Playlon video to that one, and I thought, why not give it a go?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't thank you for coming, Jason.
Yep.
No problem. It's an honor to be here.
So glad you're the first guest.
What can I say? I'm shocked, thrilled.
Thank you for everyone for coming to the first episode. I love you all, and Barney does too. We'll see you next week.
So that was, oh man. So that was Tee-Riffic Talks Podcast Episode 1. What do I think about this episode? Jason, you have a good play-along career. It was a success, but overall it was a big hit for Purple Roads fans. No. Tee-Riffic Body fans like me. Anyway, I got my next episode gonna react to, and that is of course Rock with Dan episode 2, and then we got episode 3 to deal with. Continue in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Full time, okay.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Tee-Riffic Talks. I'm your host Bolton, and I'm so excited that you're here today. Today we have a very special guest. We have rocking with Dan today. Dan, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
How are you doing during quarantine?
Trying not to lose my mind.
Oh.
That's about as much as I can say. Honestly, just trying to lose my mind. How about you?
Right now I'm like mostly like trying to stay calm, not trying to get bored. You know, like trying to be positive about it.
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest key. I think we all need to do right now is be positive. Think about the positives.
Still.
And I've used this time to reassess things and relax. Take time to relax and enjoy things more, and not take so many things for granted that you don't think about.
And what better way for like a positive character is Barney.
Good job.
I definitely agree, and I think that's something somebody the world definitely needs right now.
And speaking of Barney, how did you find Barney?
Oh my gosh. I remember I don't remember the exact first moment I remember watching Barney, but I do remember, like, as I was like maybe like 2 or 3. They told me like when I was like 1, they would have Barney videos playing, but when I was like 2 or 3, I can remember watching Imagination Island.
Wow.
That was the first video I remember watching, and I thought it was just so cool that they had the ship. The ship was stuck in. For some reason, I thought it was so cool that the ship was stuck in the trees and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and like how they got down, and like they had the balloons. It was just so cool.
Yeah, they did a good job on that video.
Wow.
Really did, definitely did. And that was that's the first video I remember. But they told me like before that, like the backyard game and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you actually saw Barney at Universal. What was that like?
Yeah, well, I actually lived in Orlando, so I actually
Wow.
saw Barney numerous times here at Universal, and it's I'm not saying I'm just not I'm trying to say this. I'm on a Barney podcast, but I'm saying I generally think that's one of my favorite Universal attractions because
Wow.
it's positive, it's wonderful, the reaction that you get to see from people.
Wow.
It's just fantastic, and I was there on the final show for temporary closure, and it was
Wow.
definitely an experience to be there for that.
Yeah, I've seen the video. The audience reaction when Barney came up was amazing.
It was nuts.
Wow.
I was there every show. They did 5 shows that day. I did all 5 shows.
5
Wow.
shows?
All 5. I went to all 5. I was there like at 9:45 in the morning till 4 something. By the time I think the last show was like at 3:45, if I remember correctly. I don't know about that, but yeah, I was there. Like I went to all So I was gonna film it for my YouTube channel, and I was like, I don't want to film like individual that had to piece it all together. So I was like, I'm just gonna do the final one for temporary closure, and just do that straight through. I think that'd be more special because there's all these theme park bloggers here in Florida. Nobody was covering that nobody was covering these closing attractions. I said, well, I'm gonna be the first one, and that's been doing like crazy views on the channel on all that stuff. So, yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
And they're still over there over Universal still, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And currently, like Barney's like doing some meet and greets there.
Wow.
Yeah. They have like a little stage, and they come out at different times, and they play the audio during the show from the show out in Woody Woodpecker's kids' home, and it's still a reaction there. You know, with COVID, I think when the park was limiting the capacity, there's only so much you can disperse everybody throughout these parks. Getting Harry Potter and all that. Barney was still getting a decent crowd, not the numbers they were getting before COVID.
Yeah.
Before they closed down, so it made sense for temporary. They don't. Because I was talking to some friends of mine that work at Universal, and they don't have a definite date yet. They're hoping for the holidays. If not, 2021. They should.
That's fine.
As long as we don't go towards another shutdown, anything like that. I think what the goal right now is 2020. Hopefully Christmas, end of November, December, at least 2021, because the response is still there. People love it. People go crazy when they see them on the stage and stuff like that. So, as long as
especially like people who have like special needs that love Barney much.
I volunteer at a place called Give Kids the World here in Florida, or Kissimmee, Florida, right out of Orlando. And once a month, Barney, Baby Bot, BJ, and Mr. and Mrs. Peekaboo will come to Give Kids the World, and Give Kids the World hosts Make-A-Wish kids. They'll come down to Florida, and they have Barney and them do meet and greet, and people just go nuts when they see Barney and stuff like that.
What's like special needs? Does Barney needs like the special needs people?
I think it's just somebody. I think it's not just special needs. I think to everybody, just the unconditional love that it brings. I think that's what the biggest thing. I think people just feel loved and safe with Barney and stuff like that, and they resonate with BJ, and they resonate with Baby Bot and BJ having the siblings that they love each other. They might not get along.
Wow.
Especially on the TV series.
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it means to. I never would think what it means to people. I'm always curious on what it means to people. Because some people are just so like resonated with it and stuff like that.
Wow.
And it's really when being at Give Kids World and seeing when people get to see Barney, people are just so excited. It's not even just kids; it's adults.
Yeah.
Millennials. It's people that are maybe like in their early 30s, late 20s. I'm 28. Around my age stuff, they're just so excited. They grew up on Barney. That was
like me.
Rock star in a sense, like. So.
Now, I watched your interview with like Carrie Stinson last.
Yeah, that was.
Which I never gave a chance to react to it. By the way, continue on.
People ask me what is my favorite video I did on my channel. I said that is number one. It wasn't even the fact that it was like Barney was like my childhood hero growing up.
Wow.
Barney was my childhood hero growing up and stuff like that. That was like my first official interview. I had like 8 pages of notes. I went through all these things I wanted, and then I like cut it down. It was like the most grueling process, but the end result was so fantastic.
Yeah. I looked at it so much. It was really good. You did a good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. I tried to, besides thinking about what he talks about in Purple Tales and Purple Roads, what he talks about in other interviews. I wanted to kind of go in different directions, stuff like talking about how what's it like doing the Macy's parade, what's it like doing certain other things. So very proud of that one. And I get it all the time that people are like they love it. So
okay.
Now, like before, you talked about like Give Kids the World. How did you get into that?
Some friends of mine told me about this. I heard about the place and my schedule and stuff like that, and I had a chance to do it, and then I switched jobs, so now I was able to go volunteer there, and
Okay.
Being a part of something being a small part of something so big is the coolest thing in the world.
Okay.
When you're just, whether it's doing the entertainment side of it, which I do. They have a movie theater there where they play movies every night and just serving popcorn. They have ice cream thing. They have different things. Just being there, and the families are so excited. This could be their last vacation together, and you're a small
Wow.
part of that. Can't top it.
I understand that feeling because like I've done once like some volunteering with like because like I did some birthday parties as Barney.
Wow.
And it's amazing how the crowd feels when Barney's like here and how the interaction people get when they see Barney. Just like
just being, you see it, and it's just crazy. Like you're talking about when with the Dana Park, the video I did with the last show, and Barney appears, people lost their minds.
Man.
And it wasn't just kids; it was adults. That show, if you watch that video, was mostly people in their 20s.
Wow.
It's that guy. He's there in front of you, and you see some people that are like, "Oh, I'm going to the show." And you hear it. Oh, I'm going to the show, and my kids want to go. Whatever. Then the parents just have the time of their lives.
and the final show I noticed like the dinos like gave so much energy.
Oh yeah, all day, man. All those shows, like especially in those last few, because you have to look at it like this. I think what the mindset was, I haven't talked to the dinos and stuff like that. But what I do know is, which when the word temporary closure, you always have to be cautious. So you have to go out, always take the chance of going out with a bang at the last finale.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't think it's the last one. It's gonna come back. The demand's still there. The love's still there. Especially if they're making this movie. Like they're supposed to be making this movie. Like I remember reading about late last year. If they're making this movie, there's gonna be a demand. There's gonna be the resurgence,
Right.
and that's where I think it'll be. Will the show maybe be updated? I don't know.
I don't know either.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That's perfect how it is.
Speaking of the movie, how did you react when you found out?
Oh, I was excited. I think anything. Well, first off, I always thought that, especially with the past years of hatred and negativity, needed. It's very needed. The character was needed to be brought back in some form, whether it was a TV show, whether it was a movie, whether it was a stage show tour or something, or a television special, something that people can just feel that happiness with. And not just kids, like parents can just feel like something to watch as a family and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that it still goes through. I know probably with COVID, it probably got pushed back. Any release ideas, like every other movie production got pushed back and all that stuff. I think it'll still happen. So we'll see. But it's very exciting to hear.
So.
Yeah, and when I found out that Barney was making a movie, I was like surprised. Like because 5 years ago they announced the reboot of the television series.
Wow.
Nothing happened. But with this movie, I know like Barney's coming back.
Yeah, I think a movie is easier to do in a sense than a television show. Because how long would they just do one season? But how many seasons? But a movie, it's upfront. They do it once, and then that could be it, or it could be more. We don't know.
I think I think there's like one way like Barney came back is like Carrie explained, like he went back into the costume like last year.
Yes.
Wow.
For we talked about it.
The Jerry Franklin retirement.
Yeah.
Wow. Which is amazing to see my reaction to the episode with Carrie Sisson interview on the Pro Tales on LJPCBM. Continue on.
Last year, like we found it out, like most of Barney fans found it on day one, like when the performance was happening. Everyone was so happy.
Yeah.
The reaction I've like seen like in like from people's posts who were at that event, there was like no negatives or anything.
How can you be? It's mind blowing to me that people can be negative about something that brings people happiness, and I think that's something that's sad. I think nowadays people they want to find something negative about things. where it's like, you don't have to like it. Like, you don't have to like it, but kids like it. Why does it matter?
Still, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
And especially like how can you hate something that loves everything?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Love. I said at the end of my interview, I said, what is the one word to describe your experience with Barney? I told it to Carrie. He said love.
Mm-hmm. How can you hate that purple guy?
No! I
No!
love you, you love me. Hello?
Hello? Yep.
Like I said, people want to find something negative. They want to, if it's not cool, what do you want me to tell you?
And what does Barney like mean to you?
Positivity, unconditional love. Honestly, that's something that just feels bringing back to childhood, just safe and warmth and happiness. It has when I did because I got older and stuff like that. So I always had respect for it, but I never sat there and watched the episodes. But preparing for the interview, I watched episodes. And the songs came back, and I was like, these songs are just so catchy now. You think about it, it's so catchy, and you see the message. As a kid, you don't see the message, but as an adult, you can see there's a message right here with this.
Yeah, especially when you see when you go to a Barney concert, you will definitely can tell the message that they're giving.
Yeah, at the attraction. Imagine a place. Who doesn't want to imagine? Especially in these times. Who wants to imagine go sitting on a beach right now, or just being able to? You just imagine just go give your family a hug and stuff like that during these times. Imagination.
Yeah.
Imagination.
People still want to hate it. It doesn't make sense. He's basically talking about things that we all want to do. We imagine we go on a beach or go on vacation or just hop in an airplane, just travel to Japan or Australia. We want to imagine, especially these hard times. We want to imagine that things will get better. We want to hope and pray things get better.
Yeah. Do you think Barney could come back?
In the movie form, obviously, yes, I think so. In a TV show, maybe if it's done right, in the sense of not on television. I think television, in the sense, is kind of gone. The idea of putting it back on a PBS and things like that is gone.
Yeah, I'm so heartbroken because I haven't seen that on PBS in years because it's my childhood, man. Continue on.
Yes, it would be something I don't want to say Netflix or Hulu, but something along those lines where it has to be a streaming service, because that's where I think the most consumption of television of watching is on streaming.
Yeah.
Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, all those things.
Yeah, speaking of Disney Plus, I've watched Out of the Box on there. It was good, but as for Disney Plus, Barney, really? Well, why not Peacock? Continue on.
It could be something on that, but it could come back in that form, but not on television. I think Sesame Street's on HBO Max, I think now, or HBO or something like that. Which is, I get it but when I didn't know about this till recently. I looked it up. The numbers went up on HBO actually for Sesame Street.
Yeah, my
compared to their
childhood.
PBS. They were still drawing good numbers, so it's all about changing with the times. The format could work. It's just a matter of if it's done not on television.
Okay.
So I think a movie would work.
Especially I heard when I was reading the article of the movie when they had, everyone's everyone thinks that Barney should be a horror movie. I don't think
Well, exactly.
What's
Exactly, Bolton.
they didn't make Dora a horror movie. You don't see them doing any of the other movies as horror movies. No.
No!
Do we have to worry about it? Could it be an animated movie? Yeah, and it could still work. That could work in a sense.
Yeah.
If it's the music, the message, that could work. They could change it from live action, because obviously production would be a lot easier.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it wouldn't have the same essence as live action. The athleticism, the heart, and all that.
Mhm.
So, but as a horror movie, what's the point doing that? That's
Why?
basically saying, forget about it.
But I think what the plot is like they're trying, possibly that they're trying to do like a Christopher Robin plot. Is like,
Okay.
have you seen Christopher Robin?
Oh, I love it. That's one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yes, and what they did was like you were like reconnecting, like you were a kid, you were playing with Barney, then you forgot about him, then he came back somehow, and tried to bring him back kind of way, kind
I
of.
could see that working, but it wouldn't make sense. Like,
Okay.
because how could you forget about a big purple dinosaur who was there for you?
Taller than you.
Yeah, like how could you forget? Like I can get like you're forgetting about Winnie the Pooh. No offense, love Winnie the Pooh. He's my boy, but like a little tall little bear, like yay big. Like compared to how could you forget? So that way, like, could it work again? Who knows? As long as it's done with heart and they kind of bring some people in a sense of not even talking about actors or voice actors, creatively kind of bringing back, have that essence, it could work.
Yeah.
Which where I think people hate on the other movie. What's it called? The first Barney movie. What's it called?
Barney's Great Adventure.
Thank you. I did just do a complete. It's like I could picture the cover with the egg. I was like, what is the name of the movie? Where do you think that? I think that where that lost was. They didn't really have a Barney-esque to it.
Mm-hmm.
It did, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It was very like all over the place. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there was like an original script about it was gonna be all like Barney kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Like the movie was gonna be distributed by Warner Brothers, but then something happened, so they went to Poly.
Yeah, that was I recently just watched that movie. It was on television, and I was like, "Wow, this is playing on television." And I don't think I've ever seen this. Like, I've never seen when those came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "This movie's not that bad," but like, yeah, it's definitely missing a little sugar and spice over here.
Wow.
At least they sung "I Love You."
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't do that. They didn't do that in Imagination Island, didn't they?
Exactly.
No, they didn't.
No.
They didn't, right?
No.
I remember. Just Imagine. I always loved that song.
It's a good song. Speaking of songs, do you have a favorite song?
That one, Just Imagine, is just pretty great. Or actually, Imagine a Place is from the attraction. They did. I think they did that in some episodes. But Imagine a Place or Just Imagine, or Everyone is Special. Those are my jams.
Yeah, the Universal Imagine a Place is the best one.
Oh yeah. Especially because they dropped the leaves. Have you seen the show? Have you seen it? Yeah. And they drop the leaves, and it's really well done. The show in general.
Yeah, like, the leaves are still in my heart thing in my room. Continue on.
You know, at some hot time, I've been there before, and I just sat there. I just kind of looked at more like the production, like how they did it. Like I was like, wow, this show is just so well done from a show that was done in '95.
Wow.
I remember I went there in '96. We went down to Universal and saw the show. Great, right? Then they had like Barney walking around the stage, giving high fives and hugs and stuff.
And how they
genuinely mortified.
Oh.
Mortified is actually not even the word to describe how I felt about this. Oh, brutal. I was terrified. I would not go near him and stuff like that.
Oh, you were scared.
I was. Bits and pieces.
But now it's like, then I was like, when you get hugged, give him a big hug and stuff like that. It was like nothing.
It's probably because like how intimidated he is because how tall.
Yeah, I was 4 or 5, give or take. 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, that little dinosaur. Yeah, my grandma had to hold me and stuff. I would not go near him. Like I wouldn't even like get like he had his hand out to give a high five. I would not even do that. I was that like terrified. This giant purple hand is like right there in front of me. It's like, whoa, no, I'm good.
Yeah, because like you're watching a TV screen that's this big.
Yeah.
Then it's amazing how tall he is. I've seen him before. Man, he's huge.
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't even look that tall in a sense when he's on the stage because the stage is high. When he's like and down to the ground, like the person's like, whoa, dude, you're really tall. Hey.
And how do you feel that like Barney, like the attraction like turned 25 like this year?
Wow.
Oh, that's great. It again something I think Carrie said in the interview. It shows that there's still something there.
Popular.
Universal also is a nostalgia park, basically in a sense. The Universal Studios, for the most part, is a nostalgia park. Some
Wow.
things, but like again, that lasted a lot of stuff. So the fact that it's still there and it's second or third longest running attraction, I think, if I
Wow.
remember correctly.
I think
It was
so.
in the top 5 current running, still the longest running attractions.
Mhm.
And,
Behind ET and I think the Universal Horror Makeup Show.
Okay.
and a lot of like attractions left, and Barney's still going and running.
Wow.
Yeah. It's still going, and I am shocked that they never redid it, like in the sense of the voicing and stuff. Bob West is still.
He's still a good.
I-
Yeah. Bob is still a good voice. Like the best.
Yeah, he
voice.
did a great job.
Oh yeah, definitely. I met Bob last July or August in Tampa at a Comic Con,
Oh, you.
and he was like,
Wow.
"I still can't believe they haven't changed my voice yet."
It's amazing. Like he can still do the voice. After
Yeah, after Purple Tails, yeah, he can still do it.
Especially
have,
Purple Roads, which I react to on those reacts. Yeah, I did react to 2 of his Purple Roads episodes. Well, the Purple Tales, which I react to on those reacts, by the way. Continue on.
One of the not cameo, the video thing he did at the Comic Con. And he did in the voice, and I was like, he's still doing the voice. It's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think we might see Bob on this podcast real soon.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. That'd be really
Wow.
great to for you to have him on here and talk to him.
Wow.
He's really just a great guy.
Yeah, I've seen like his like interviews. It's amazing, like how he can like make jokes right in the spot.
Which, by the way, I've seen most of Bob West's interviews from Purple Tales and Purple Roads. I've seen the whole thing, and I'm like, dude, Bob, this is gonna be amazing. And he did a cameo one time in my reaction videos, which is 500th episode, and he did not say congratulations to me, however, but he did say, well, hey, Luke, great to see you here. And Barney did the same thing. Ho ho ho! Stupendous! But, that's just me. Continue on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be really cool and stuff like that, to have him on here and listen to him just tell his stories and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in like when you were like talking to like Barney people? Were you like nervous when you're talking to them?
For in a sense of like for the interview and stuff like that, or that?
Yeah.
For meeting Bob West, I was not nervous at all. Like,
Mm-mm.
but the interview I was, because that was my first interview, so it was more not about talking to him, because I spoke to him through email and all that stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
just doing the interview and making sure like I'm keeping up with my notes and the time and all that
Mhm.
stuff. Like, so that was more. It was more nervous about the interview, the actual just doing the constructing an interview and performing an interview, not the conversation with him. It was pretty.
Still.
It was just straight. I was just going, and like I kind of just, for me, when I did the interview was I kind of listened to the points where he might lead off on something, and I could just connect it with something I have here. So like he would talk about something involving Radio City. Okay, well, hey, let's talk about that. Let's connect the dots.
Right.
Yeah.
I love Radio City, like the video. They did like a production on that.
Actually, yeah, I watched that recently,
Yeah.
because I forgot that he was in the Mop and Bucket, and I watched it. Oh, the video was the show was so great.
Carrie's the best way how to make Carrie's first video appearance is in a costume with a mop and bucket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy and stuff like that. But
Which I've watched in the mid 90s, something like that. It was a very good tape, which in 95 I watched not only Live New York City, but also Babe and the Breaking Bad special Rudolph, which although Christmas is already over, but that's just me. Continue on.
yeah, but we're going back to the question. Yeah, it's for most part for me. It was more constructing the interview and just feeding off where he might leave off on a sentence. Okay, kind of knowing in my head, like I had a rough idea, like the final notes I want to make sure I cover, like the actual stuff I want to cover, and then like I had like a list of like extra stuff, like oh we have time, I'll throw this in, and like oh yeah, let's be ended off. Let's think about Radio City. Oh hey, let's talk about Radio City and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but nervous, like talking to him, it was just if it was just like a meet and greet at like a Comic-Con, it would have been like I would have same way I would have felt fine. But since
Yeah.
it's like okay, you want to construct it right, you want to do it right, and keep it feeling a good flow.
Wow.
Do you have like your favorite moment at Universal?
I have a picture. I don't have it. I forgot to get it on my phone. I was working and stuff, and it's a picture I have. It's Barney, Big Bob, BJ, and I. We're walking towards the attraction, and we're all holding like that, holding hands like that. And it's such a great. It's one of my favorite photos and stuff like that.
That must be a great photo.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's so great. And I was the only one because it actually started to rain when we took the photo. It started to rain, so they were going in, and I was the only one that got meet and greet because they came out for their before the show meet and greet and stuff like that. And I just happened to be. I got over there, and I got the photo, and then all of a sudden it started drizzling. They had to go inside. The only one that day.
Like it doesn't rain all the time at Universal.
Does it rain?
Or like,
Summertime it rains. pretty
Yeah,
much.
which by the way, I've been in the Barney park when it rains because it was so rainy when before I came to the Barney park, and it was great. So I was just surrounded by this animal plush toy, which is Barney, and I thought it would be a terrific idea to skip this before I get any more toys and everything that Barney relates to. It was my childhood dream, so that's just me. Continue on.
Every day between 2 and 4.
oh,
Rain for a little bit, then it's not. No, it's not bad. There's some days there's storms and stuff, but really not.
Yep.
So, for the most part, if you go to Universal right now, you'll be able to see the dinos and all that stuff.
It was great, yeah.
Morning and after, up till 4 or 4:30.
I can't thank you enough to coming on this podcast.
Oh man, no, it's great. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure having you. We should have you back on more to talk more about.
It's awesome, yeah. Definitely, I'd love to come back on. I'm wishing you very much success, and I can't wait to see where this goes and stuff like that. Can't wait to see who you get to get for the Barney people.
Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for coming to Tee-Riffic Talks. I'm your host, Boltum. Thank you very much. I love you all. See you next week.
So that was Dan in the Park is the best attraction ever, rocking with Dan. Tee-Riffic Talks episode 2. What do I think about this episode? Gee whiz. It was amazing. So far this episode went to be a success. Anyway, we got one more episode left, and I gotta wrap things up. Now, of course, Scooter always loved those nuts, Brandon Smith. It was Tee-Riffic Talks, episode 3. We're gonna continue this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Gotta turn this down.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Tee-Riffic Talks. And you're probably wondering, why am I wearing a mask? Because Barney would probably just say, if you were... no, it doesn't. He would probably be saying, remember everybody, to be safe, wear a mask. Ooh.
Yeah.
And speaking of Barney, we actually have someone who actually has a replica of Scooter McNutty, and he's been puppeteering for 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 15.
Oh, 15.
15,
For
yeah.
15 years. It's my very good friend, Brandon Smith. How are you, Brandon?
I'm good, Bolton. How are you?
I'm good.
That was the glitchy part of Brad.
This is fun. This is awesome. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I see a Scooter over there.
Hey, why God keep him in the background?
It's funny how like Scooter's like humorous on the show, right?
I know he was probably other than Barney. Barney was my main favorite character because it was his show, but
Mhm.
humor-wise, it was Scooter and BJ were like the two funniest other characters on the show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bebop wasn't as humorous.
Yeah. Especially like Julie and Patty, like they were good together.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely
Yeah.
so much. And speaking of Barney, how did you find Barney when you were a kid?
Okay, so this is a long story, but I'll try to make it quick. So
Okay.
Barney, excuse me, Barney was passed down in my family. So I have three older sisters. My first sister was born in 1983.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
that was pre-Barney.
Wow. 1983. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm 1983. Yeah. Continue on.
When everything was just really Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I do. In the mid 90s, kid. Continue. Late 90s, early 2000s. Excuse me. Continue on.
Right.
And my second sister was born in 1989. So that
If you watch this remix, your birth year. Continue on.
at that point the videos were out, but they still didn't know who Barney was everywhere. It was
Right.
mainly just in Texas.
Mhm.
So it wasn't until 1992 when the PBS series started that my older sister was flipping through the channels and they said, "Hey, there's this new show on PBS, and I think Stephanie might like it. Come here and look at it." And they were hooked right away. They loved the kids on the show, the music, and of course I had so many other older cousins in the 90s. So Barney was, at that point everywhere.
Yeah.
And then there was my other sister born in 94, so Barney was passed down to her, and that was when Barney really blew up. And by 1998, I came around and they were just like, give it to Brandon. And for me, since I was the last kid, it just stuck with me. So I kept Barney forever at that point.
It's amazing how Barney like taught like so many children.
He was so much more than just a TV show for me. He was really. It felt like I had someone special there for me. I had my family, obviously, but the older you get, your sisters are like, oh, he's not the cute babe anymore. It's just the annoying little brother. I didn't have many friends growing up, so really, I was a PBS kid all the way. So I lived every day watching TV. Between Barney and Sesame and the Muppets and all that, that was it for me. So those are all the shows that really stuck in mind.
Wow.
Yeah. When I watch Barney, I don't think of him like as a character. Not at all. I think of him as a friend.
Wow.
Exactly.
And it's amazing. Like he lasted like for so long.
Sometimes it goes on for a little too much, though.
Wow.
And we have like some new updates about like this upcoming Barney movie. How do you feel about that?
Whew. You're gonna have to censor this episode.
Oh.
No. So here's what I think. As of 2019, we've seen so many reboots
Right.
happening. Some good, some bad. I don't think starting off with a movie is a good way to go, especially for Barney, because he's not really known as much anymore. He's on Universal Kids still, I believe, but not everybody's watching that. Not every kid knows that's where he is. Now, most kids who know him now, it's either because of that or maybe they stumbled on him on YouTube.
Wow.
But other than that, I just don't think that's the right way to go. And the premise of it, I'm not really sure about, but maybe they'll tweak it because I know it's Mattel. It's not going to be.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's not going to be the Banana Splits movie.
Oh no.
No.
But personally, I think start really repackaging him more. Show more of the episodes on. Maybe I don't know what happened with PBS. Maybe put it back there.
Yeah,
Works,
I agree with
maybe
you,
another
Brian.
Big kids network that'll be seen on, or
Maybe.
do a special. Do a special. I think they should start with a reunion special.
I think
Exactly.
the reunion special was gonna happen. That's something.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's good because it's better than spending a whole big budget on a movie and then the movie not doing well or picking up like 20 something episodes for a new season, and that not going well because so much of people's time and money just for it. Not saying it wouldn't go well, but you never know, especially nowadays. And I think he'd be better on a streaming service. The streaming services are doing a lot better with their reboots because the network is so picky.
Yeah, like maybe Barney would be on Peacock or Netflix or.
Exactly. One of those things. Those work because those reboots go on for way longer than they should.
Still.
Especially like what's the longest series on Netflix right now or Peacock?
Well, I haven't been on Peacock, but reboot wise, I remember.
Yeah, I've been on Peacock so many times, but I watch bits and pieces of St. Ducks, Watchers remix, but I also get a chance to watch one of the shows, but I never get a chance to watch. It's a piece of Saturday Night Live, but it's on the Saturday Night Live channel, but it's on Peacock, but I never get a chance to watch it. But I've seen enough about the whole Saturday Night Live shows, but that's just me. Continue on.
I watched Fuller House when it came out.
Yeah.
That went on for about 5 seasons. I thought it would make at least 2.
Wow.
I thought it was gonna last like 2 more seasons, like after it went on. After.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's like on those series, like if you give something like only 10 episodes, you can't fail that much within half episodes.
And then after 10 episodes, they can they can fix up tweaks like in the new season.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the movie. Just, if you're going to go that big, go ahead, but, try to start smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what about tours?
Tours. Again, start repackaging him more. So when kids do see he's on tour, it'll be exciting.
yeah.
Because if they released a tour date right now, that would only be interesting to the parents.
Yeah.
Or people like us. It would basically be like Universal. Older people going and dragging the young kids. So, I think that'd be fine.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
And I understand that you actually saw the musical Castle tour. And you don't remember.
I did, but I was at the point where I was at the age point where I can't remember any of it.
Lucas, if you're watching this right now, Lucas is a cool guy. You saw the musical Castle tour. It was amazing. So, there you go. Continue on.
Right.
Which is so, from what my parents tell me, we were not really close to the stage, but a decent amount that I could see him. And when he came out, I just bawled.
Wow.
Cried. Because I was a kid that didn't like costume characters. Now, I loved watching them on TV, but if I saw them in person, I was just, whoo!
Yeah.
But I think it was also me being overcome with emotion. Like, it's scary. He's right there, but whoa, he's right there.
Wow.
Barney.
You're right.
Looking back on it, sorry. And looking back on it now, I'm thinking like, whoa, that's Carrie.
Wow.
Or that's Antoine. So, and I think after that, they said I got more comfortable and I enjoyed the show. But the only memory of Musical Castle I have is having it on VHS.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Musical Castle was a great show.
It was personally, out of all my favorite tours, out of all the tours they did, my favorite first one. It wasn't a tour, but it was Be Live at Radio City. But my all-time favorite Barney tour would be Big Surprise. I think that one was really well written.
Mm-hmm.
That was the really early Joe Phillips sound, and I love that early sound.
Mm-hmm.
You can still hear it at Universal.
That's why I really want to go. Well, hopefully it stays. I really need to go see it.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. I was planning to go this year, but nope.
Yeah.
When I do go, I'm gonna take this guy.
You'll definitely get a private meet and greet.
I'm gonna just ambush the stage.
And
Jeez.
you actually have a Barney suit, right?
I do. I have my own Barney suit now.
Wow.
How big is it?
Well, I'm about 5'11", 5'11", 5'12", and this is where the mouth is, right where my eyes exactly are, right here. So, and then he goes a little bit up, so I'd say he's maybe about 6 feet tall.
Right.
at least not very big, not very big. I took him out on the neighborhood the other day just to patrol him around.
Wow.
Yes, it was just an idea that my mother had. She's like, let's take him for a walk because we had the kids. And we said okay. And actually, some kids did know him that we passed on the street. Some didn't, but the parents knew. So you got kids saying, "Look, there's a lizard walking up the street," and then there's adults driving by like, Barney, and they go.
Oh, here's a funny story I probably never told. Like last Halloween, I actually I put on my old Barney suit because I didn't have like this new one yet, and I was mostly like giving the kids the candy, and I was in the suit.
Oh,
Wow.
that's awesome. I thought about that this year, but I don't know if there's gonna be a Halloween this year.
Wow.
It depends. Like some cities, like they'll allow it. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, I know some neighborhoods have made announcements about that. Ours hasn't. I think I maybe just have a Barney chill out. What I did last year, actually. So every year I do. I have my puppets give out candy.
Oh.
So I set up a stage on my front porch, and usually I take some of my Muppet characters out like Elmo and Kermit, but I throw in a few of my other monsters.
Wow.
And I have a playlist going. And last time I actually had the Barney's Halloween Party playlist playing.
Wow.
So I had a lot of those songs. I had a lot of Sesame Street songs. So I was like, oh, now it's gonna be exciting to have Barney, but hopefully I might just have him stand out there and just dance all the songs.
Yeah, just dance. Like, wait, when you were like walking down the street, were you doing the voice?
I did. I was kind of just talking to myself as I'm walking with my family because they've heard me do the voice. But then there's kids. The one key thing you have to know what mascot performer is, you're not supposed to talk. But if you can do the voice decently, and if you're not hired by Disney, then you can do
Wow.
So I did. I said hi to the kids. I was like, wait, what voice am I going to do? I just did Bob.
Wow.
Could you show us the Bob voice?
Hi everybody!
Sound exactly like him.
That's years and years of training.
Wow.
Because like my voice is like really like low in my range. I can mostly do deep.
Yeah. I've been told, thanks to you, I've been contacted by many people saying, your Dean Wendt is awesome. I never thought, I always did it to myself thinking, I do kind of sound like Dean Wendt. But I was like,
Sometimes, some mornings, like when I wake up, it's like, hi, how are you?
It's Dean's Barney is just like very like soothing.
Wow.
Just calm and
That's like the voice you hear when like someone invites you into their house, like, oh come on, sit down, have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And Scooter, how'd you get him?
So Scooter was actually because of one of my puppeteering friends. So I met him through eBay, actually. I bought a puppet from him for Christmas many years ago, but I didn't know him yet. And once you get in the puppetry community, you meet everybody. So somehow we followed each other. He noticed I had the puppet. I said, I made that. I said, oh yeah, your name is sewn into him. So he helped me with a lot of rebuilds. He built my Elmo puppet for me, built me a hairy monster, and I had gotten Christmas/birthday money at this point. And I said, I want to just buy a puppet. Like, I don't know if I'm going to use it for anything, but I just want to buy it. Once one I've always wanted.
Wow.
And Scooter and also Misetta, they never had any merchandise out. I don't know why they never really did anything with those characters.
Wow.
I know they made an appearance in a book, one of the illustrated books.
What book? I'm trying to remember that.
Wow.
It was a Valentine's Day book.
Right now.
Wow, which I did purchase that from, if you haven't saw my box bills years back, I did box bill Valentine's Day. Which, by the way, I'll do a book review of Valentine's Day, whenever the time comes. Continue on.
But that was all they had. So I hit him up saying, hey, I have a project I just want you to do for me. This is just something I've always wanted. And I said, can you build me a scooter? And I sent him the picture. He said, sure. And of course, he's building it from scratch, just looking at a picture. And as you can tell, there's some things that are obviously not the same as the real one, but other than that, it's pretty spot on.
Wow.
Yeah, it actually looks really good.
And so that's how I got him. I'll take him. Funnily enough, when I did get him, the same day the package came to my door, it was the same day that Todd Duffy episode aired on Purple.
Wow.
And I posted that picture, and Carrie actually reposted it on the story. I think he reposted it.
Wow.
Yep, that's me, Scooter Buddy.
Hey, Scoot, how are you doing?
Wow.
How you doing? It's weird having him on the screen, so I'll just go like this. Okay, hi, Bolton, how are you?
I'm good. We haven't seen you in like how many, like 20 years?
I know, right? The residuals aren't as good as they used to be.
What have you been doing for 20 years?
Gathering nuts and telling jokes about nuts and ignoring Masetta and driving her nuts.
So you're just like still in the treehouse? Look.
Yeah, you know, we believe it or not, we had to pay rent for that treehouse. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Once Barney and the guys left, they stuck us with the bill.
Mm.
Are you serious? I thought this was a class project.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was a class project.
Wow.
We know stuff, but no. But yeah, me and Masetta are still living there. Booker T is still running the library.
Oh, that's good.
But put us in the reboot.
Yeah. Like, Mattel, if you're watching this podcast, bring Scooter and his head back.
Yeah.
And if you can't get Todd Duffy to do it, ask him.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So there he is. Yep.
And Bryce Armstrong did Miss who passed away, and I think it's tragic to see Bryce Armstrong go, but that's just me. Sorry to say, but anyway, continue on.
Are you planning to get like a Masetta puppet?
I've thought about it. The voice isn't that good. Bryce Armstrong, rest in peace, was a genius at that. It wasn't until after he died that I actually looked into his voiceover stuff, and I said, "Wow, he's amazing." And also, what really astounded me about them was, especially me being a puppeteer, they came in not knowing anything about puppets at all.
Wow.
Right, that's true.
And just how watching it now, I can see it. Like, that looks wrong. It's like, the arm rock's a little too up high, but you know, they really cleaned it up. By the sixth season, their puppetry was really on point.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's kind of like sad, like they weren't like in the park.
It was, but I think, I don't know. Probably the reason was, I guess they just didn't feel a need for them, or it was a new generation, time to get rid of the old stuff. But
Right.
Yeah, they weren't even mentioned ever again. Just like that happened. They were
or anything.
Yeah, they were I call them now the Statler and Waldorf of the Barney world.
Wow.
Because every time Barney friends do something, it cut to them. It's just like that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Abbott and Costello did.
Wow.
It's like for them, like to take a break for production, so that way, whenever like probably David needs like a break out of the suit, they could probably just use the puppeteers.
Exactly. And I'd love to see more bloopers of Scooter and Masetta scenes. I feel like there was a lot more than what we saw.
Wow.
Yeah, especially like Rhyme Time Rhythm.
Yeah, they were really going crazy on that.
Especially like Barney's bloopers. They are hilarious. Well, bits and pieces for me. I just thought it's a good idea to get right, if I can do it. And then she's like, oh, duh! But, I'll explain more about it in another video. Continue on.
Oh, man. I would love to see how it was in the earlier days, the bloopers from those days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like a blooper that Carrie did say that when he was in the park, he actually slid around the park.
Yeah.
It was sad.
I'm wondering if it was the roller skates or...
I want to see if you do interview Carrie.
Man.
I want to see...
Carrie has been contacted.
Okay, great. He should have been the first one. I feel that I want to see the rest of the scene like after Barney jumps in the pool.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Fred Holmes, he did say something when Barney was in the pool, he said, "And that's lunch."
Or when who was it? The choreographer, the voices are talking over is like,
Early.
in comes the midwife, and psh, it's a boy. Just
That was hilarious.
Wow.
And sometimes Patty did say there's stories for the popcorn song, she added some funny stuff hamsters. It's really neat, fun to make and fun to eat.
Which I have
God.
seen it before, bits and pieces of that. Reaction videos on Purple Rose episode 50, which is a great example which I've done reacting to. It was the best episode I've done. Episode, I can't remember. Yeah, 566. Yeah, continue on.
God bless Carrie for starting those podcasts and all these amazing stories that we've always thought about.
Yeah, God bless Carrie. Yeah.
Stories that we never knew about.
Oh yeah, some stuff still shocks me. You think especially Barney nerds like us, you think we know so much.
You think, but we don't.
we know the actual stuff that we saw, but we don't know we didn't work on the show.
Well,
we
yeah,
don't know
duh.
anything behind the scenes, no nothing.
No.
We're not that smart. We'll pretend like we do.
Especially behind the scenes, amazing work they do at Universal Studios.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
We gotta go. We gotta go, Bolton. We gotta go.
We have to go. How do you feel that the attraction has lasted for 25 years?
Wow.
I think that it's amazing to me, and I think it truly shows people that Barney is still relevant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether the kids that are still going there, maybe their parents showed it to them, or maybe they're just like, let's go to this one. And maybe kids that go there don't even know Barney. They leave the show loving it.
Wow.
But I think it's amazing that it's lasted this long. Even as watching all the clips that people post every other day on YouTube of them at the day in the park, you're noticing the audience number getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The first time I saw an old school clip, I think it was from 98 performance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoa, this place is full of people.
Because I think Universal doesn't advertise it that much anymore.
Yeah, it's just if you know it's there, then you go there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the love Barney gives at Universal, especially to special needs people.
Oh man, yeah, exactly. I've seen a lot of those Make-A-Wish
Mm-hmm.
for Universal. Those are just awesome. I hope to do that. I have talk right now about taking my Barney to a hospital.
Well, that's great.
Wow.
So hoping to. I've done that a few other times with my actual puppets, but it's definitely, I get what Carrie and all those guys always say. It truly does hit you in a certain place, and you feel like you're really doing something special.
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially right now, we need Barney right now.
Oh, definitely. I think that's one of the main reasons people are excited to hear about a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Especially 5 years ago, they announced the reboot, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they announced this movie it was October of last year they announced, and then they announced it again. Okay, is this gonna happen, or are you just gonna keep saying it?
I did contact 9 Story. They said it's in active development.
Wow.
Yeah, take their word for it.
I think 9 Story's trying to just trying not to ruin it.
Exactly.
Keep just keep the Barney magic alive.
Yeah.
Try not to make it awful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope they do, and I think the one key thing, and I think everyone else has said this, if they can, and I think they should, get all the same people.
Right.
The writers, the directors, especially the voices, obviously, but all the crew that made it work. If you get a completely different crew, then it's, you don't want people to leave the theater saying, well, it looked like Barney.
Right.
Mhm.
but it didn't feel like it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I think through things like Purple Tales and Purple Roads, we've seen
Yeah.
that these people are willing to do it again.
Yeah.
Without hesitation.
Exactly. So I think they're all ready to go, and you have that. No need to
Yeah.
have all these long auditions of like, oh, which big Hollywood director should we ask? What big producers? None. Ask people in Texas.
Yeah. Period. The end.
It's amazing that the show was produced in Texas.
Yeah.
Of all places, I tell people that today, and they're shocked by that. Like, really, Texas?
When I was a kid, I thought he was like in Chicago or something.
Yeah.
I didn't even really care where he was. I just thought he was in the park.
Man.
I don't know where this is.
Now, before we end this, is there like one thing you want to say about Barney in one word?
Oh man, I think just love.
Mhm.
Love sums it up. That's what he taught me. That's what I live by, and that's all he was to me. Just love, best friend. Sums him up pretty well.
Now to end this this podcast, could you sing "I Love You" as Barney?
Oh God. Okay. Which voice? Okay. All right. Okay. I love you. You love me. We're best friends like friends should be. With a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Oh boy, thank you, Bolton.
It was great having you, Brandon.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. This was great.
Well, thank you everyone for coming to Tee-Riffic Talks. We'll see you next week.
So that was Tee-Riffic Talks episode 3. What do I think about this episode? It was amazing. So far this episode went to be a success. Oh, hang on.
And got a scoop.
And I said it better than myself.
Okay. Sorry about that. But anyway, I just wanted to get it out there because that way more easier than the audience did. But okay, fine enough, I guess. But that's just me. I just did bits and pieces of my reaction, but I didn't want to do the spoiler at the end. But that's just me. But I just want to end this to wrap up LJ Reacts episode 536 to end this is a bang, but that's just me. But, okay. Bear with us, guys. That was episode of LJ Reacts episode number 536. Hope you enjoyed Tee-Riffic Talks Podcast episodes 1 to 3 reaction videos what I just done. Both of them, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to react to those first 3 episodes. Stay tuned for the next one, which is going to be from September to October 2017 at Bob Show Reviews. But until next time, it's Lou Jarvis. Goodbye, peace out, baby. We get more videos, guys, very soon. Till then, Joe saying out. See ya.
Given unto me this life I'll never take for granted, and given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening, but I tried all the time. I ask, why me? Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception question, and the giver holds the key. But the only worth I've ever found was in melody. I still try.